What if I told you that two foods, which most people eat almost every single day, could be quietly stealing your energy, weakening your bones, and even speeding up the aging process once you're past 60? Now, I'm not talking about junk food that everyone already knows is bad. I'm talking about everyday items that sneak their way into your meals, foods that seem harmless, even healthy, but may actually be pushing your body in the wrong direction. Here's the shocking part. Researchers have found that just removing these foods can improve balance, sharpen memory, and even make your skin look more youthful. Imagine that, looking and feeling younger, not by adding another supplement, but simply by avoiding what's silently working against you. And no, I won't make you guess all video long. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what those two foods are, why they're so risky after 60, and most importantly, what you can eat instead to keep your energy high, your heart strong, and your mind sharp. So if you've ever wondered why you still feel tired even after eating healthy, or why those stubborn aches won't go away no matter what exercise you do, stick with me. The answer might just be sitting on your plate right now. Because here's the truth. Staying youthful isn't only about what you add to your diet, it's also about what you stop eating. Today, you're going to discover the two foods that people over 60 should avoid at all costs. These aren't the obvious fried or greasy fast foods. These are everyday items hiding in plain sight. When you stop eating them, here are steps what can happen. Your joints can start to feel lighter and less stiff. Your heart may thank you with steadier blood pressure. Your digestion can improve, making meals feel energizing instead of tiring. Your memory and focus can sharpen, helping you stay mentally young. And here's the best part. Your body can absorb more of the nutrients you do eat, so you actually get more from your food. Sounds powerful, right? Well, in just a moment, I'll break down exactly what these foods are, why they become more dangerous as we age, and what simple swaps you can make instead. Because staying strong after 60 doesn't have to be complicated. It's often just one or two small changes that create the biggest difference. Joint relief and mobility. Here's something most people don't realize. The very first food on our list is a master of disguise. It shows up in breads, crackers, sauces, even healthy snacks. And while it may taste good, it triggers hidden inflammation in your body. Why does that matter after 60? Because inflammation is like a slow fire burning inside your joints. It makes your knees ache, your back stiff, and climbing stairs feel harder than it should. Here's what researchers found. When older adults cut down on this food, their levels of inflammation dropped, and so did their joint pain. In plain English, less swelling, less stiffness, and a lot more freedom to move. Think of it like this. Imagine your joints are like hinges on a door. If you keep pouring sticky syrup into the hinges, they get rusty and stiff. That's what this food does inside your body. But when you stop pouring it in, the hinges start working smoothly again. A simple thing you can do, next time you're at the store, flip the package over. If you see this food listed near the top of the ingredients, put it back. You'll be amazed at how many packaged foods hide it. But here's where it gets even more surprising. The next hidden danger doesn't just affect your joints. It can actually drain your energy and make you feel tired all day long. Energy and vitality? Have you ever eaten a meal and then felt like taking a nap right after? That heavy, sluggish feeling isn't just age. It's often the second hidden food at work. This one sneaks into breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, canned soups, even so-called low-fat foods. And here's the kicker. It causes your blood sugar to spike like a roller coaster. You shoot up with a burst of energy, then crash down, leaving you tired, cranky, and craving more. Here's what researchers found. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at handling those sugar spikes. That means the crashes hit harder, and over time, they can even raise the risk of diabetes and heart problems. Think of it like filling your car with the wrong fuel. At first it runs, but soon the engine sputters and breaks down. That's what this food does to your body's energy system. A simple thing you can do when you shop: look out for hidden sugars. They often go by names like corn syrup, dextrose, or maltose. If you see those, that's your red flag. Swap them out for real whole foods, things like fresh fruit, oats, or plain yogurt. Now here's the exciting part. When you stop eating this food, your body's energy starts to level out. No more roller coaster. Instead, you get steady fuel all day long. And guess what? That steady energy sets the stage for something even more powerful, the health of your heart. Heart health and circulation. Here's a scary truth. After 60, your heart has to work harder than ever. And these two foods we've been talking about, they make the job even tougher. One clogs your arteries like pouring grease down a sink drain. The other stiffens your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow smoothly. Over time, that can mean higher blood pressure, more strain on the heart, and less oxygen reaching your muscles and brain. Here's what researchers found. Older adults who cut back on these foods saw improvements in their cholesterol levels and blood pressure within just weeks. In simple words, less clogging, smoother flow, and a stronger pump. Think of your arteries as garden hoses. If you jam them up with sludge, the water barely moves. But clear out the junk, and suddenly everything flows effortlessly again. That's what happens when you ditch these foods. Your heart doesn't have to fight as hard. A simple thing you can do, swap processed snack foods and sugary drinks for heart-boosting choices like nuts, olive oil, berries, and green leafy vegetables. These help keep your hoses clear and flexible. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. Improving circulation doesn't just protect your heart. It also gives your brain a big advantage. Brain and memory power. Most people don't realize that what you eat can directly affect how sharp your mind feels. Those two hidden foods we're talking about don't just harm your body, they also mess with your brain. Here's why. When blood sugar spikes and arteries get stiff, your brain doesn't get the steady flow of oxygen and nutrients it needs. Over time, that can lead to foggy thinking, forgetfulness, and even a higher risk of dementia. Here's what researchers found. People who avoided these foods had better focus, faster recall, and even stronger brain scans compared to those who kept eating them. Think of your brain like a light bulb. If the wires are clogged and the power keeps flickering, the bulb dims, but clear the wires and give it steady current, and suddenly the bulb shines bright again. That's the difference your diet can make. A simple thing you can do, swap processed carbs and added sugars for brain-loving foods like blueberries, walnuts, and green tea. These give your brain the steady fuel it craves. And here's the best part. When your brain is clear and sharp, your whole body benefits. But there's still one more hidden advantage you'll love. It has to do with looking and feeling younger every single day. Youthful skin and stronger nutrient absorption. Here's something nobody tells you. Those same two foods that stiffen your joints, drain your energy, and fog your brain can also speed up the visible signs of aging. How? They trigger a process called glycation. In simple terms, that means sugar and processed carbs stick to your proteins, especially the collagen in your skin. The result? Wrinkles, sagging, and skin that looks older than it should. And it doesn't stop there. These foods also block your body's ability to fully absorb important vitamins and minerals. So even if you're eating healthy foods, you might not be getting the full benefit. Here's what researchers found. When people cut back on these foods, their skin elasticity improved, and their bodies were able to use nutrients like calcium and vitamin D more efficiently. That means stronger bones, healthier skin, and more energy from the same meals. Think of it like trying to water your garden with a clogged hose. You can pour all the water you want, but very little actually reaches the plants. Clear the clog, and suddenly everything flourishes. That's exactly how your body responds when you ditch these two foods. A simple thing you can do, instead of sugary snacks or processed carbs, enjoy colorful fruits, vegetables, and protein-rich foods. They feed your skin, bones, and muscles from the inside out. Now that you know how these two foods affect your joints, energy, heart, brain, and even your skin, you're probably wondering, what exactly are they and how do I cut them out without feeling deprived? That sips what we still wrap up with. So let's bring this home. We've talked about two everyday foods that become far more dangerous after 60. One stirs up inflammation that stiffens your joints. The other spikes your blood sugar and drains your energy. Together, they strain your heart, cloud your brain, and even speed up the aging of your skin. But here's the good news. You don't need a complicated diet plan or a cabinet full of pills to feel better. Simply removing these two foods can set off a chain reaction of benefits: freer movement, steady energy, stronger circulation, sharper memory, and a more youthful glow. Here's my challenge for you. Take a look at the labels in your pantry this week. Spot where these foods are hiding and start swapping them out for real whole options. Do it for just 7 days and notice how your body responds. And when you do, come back here and share your results in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to make the change too. If this video helped you, remember this channel is all about simple, science-backed ways to stay strong, youthful, and energized after 60. So hit that subscribe button and let's keep growing younger together. Your health is your best investment. And sometimes the smartest move isn't adding more, but stopping what holds you back.